Hello and welcome to Sports by Compian. My name, of course, is Stephen Compian, joined here by my co-host, the ever-powerful Corey, the guy who is ever observed by Mo, but yet strives forward in life and continues to dominate. Corey, how are you today?
Doing fantastic. You did it. You did introduce Mo, the third co-host.
Well, yes, that's what I said was observing you at all times.
he's
But yes,
he's
Mo is
constantly
here for
observing
you.
and just taking notes.
Here, another friend of the show, Mo, is here to guide us to an excellent show, which I think is going to be an excellent show, Corey. We're covering some MLR action that happened last week and this week because I know you guys missed us last week. Anyway, and then also United Football League, they did their thing, Corey. Week one, in the books. The Rock was out there in a white beater. It all happened. Anyway,
Was he? Good
people,
for him.
make sure you're liking and subscribing. Share this with your friends too. We're kind of low on some views right now, and it's downright discouraging to the troops. They're a little discouraged. We need you guys to pick us up with some views. That would be phenomenal. But anyway, Corey, let's hop on into this. We got some important sports coverage to cover. I'm going to back up a little bit to last week. We're not going to go too crazy with it, but your boy was at the game. Chicago Hounds, New England Free Jacks.
Should
Corey,
you be doing some kind of screen sharing like maneuvers?
Corey. Hold on.
Maybe I do know. Maybe I do know, and I'm just not telling you. What then?
We got to put this all on the other screen is what we got to do, Corey. And then we got to go over here, and we got to go to screen one, and then that's what we're gonna allow. Whoop.
Whoa, explosive.
You see it now?
Sure do. It's very exciting.
That's awesome. Anyway, so the only game I really want to talk about from week two, other than of course LA pulling off a victory against Utah, which I've been calling for a while now. I've been saying that LA is really fucking good and that they are going to be dangerous, even though they're a brand new team. And sure enough, they put it on the Utah Warriors, Corey. So that was pretty cool, dude. Miami absolutely destroys Anthem, Raleigh, North Carolina. They are still struggling for answers down there in Anthem. But anyway, the game I wanted to get to was Chicago Hounds hosting their New England Free Jackets. Corey, the final score reflects 17-22 for a victory for the defending champions, the New England Free Jackets. This sucked, though, because if you watch the game, the Hounds gave up 2 tries at least that were literally just like ball in hand, just put it down, and the dude just bumbles it. So one wing tries to put it down, and he just absolutely bumbled it instead. I mean, he was hit, by a guy wearing the wrong jersey, but still, just absolutely bumbled it, knocked it on, don't score. Then there's a 13 who just open
Where does
space.
the ball go if they fumble in the end zone and the other team picks it up?
They get no, actually, if it's a knock on, the other team gets the ball usually at the 5 for a scrum where they can kick it, all kinds of options.
Hashtag real sad.
Yeah, it's a real bummer. Don't knock it on right at the goal line. It's not a good idea. But anyway, dude, they had another one where 13 had the ball 2-on-1 in space. He takes it into contact, tries to pop it up after he's hit, ends up being a forward pass, another missed opportunity. The Hounds had this in the bag, Corey. They should have won this game. It was they looked better than the Free Jackets all day. They had the ball all day and just couldn't get through that Free Jackets line to score more tries and couldn't take advantage of the opportunities they had. In other news, our boy McLean Jones has reclaimed his starting job. You happy about that?
Yeah, is that the dude you went to college with?
No, that's the dude who remember we did a sports studs on.
Right, of course.
And I was like, our dude lost, and then I was like, oh no, Mr. Mullet lost his job, and we were all very upset about it. Well, he has since reclaimed his starting position, so don't worry about it anymore.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, he's back in there doing McLean Jones stuff. But yeah, the Chicago Hounds botched an opportunity for a victory. Let's hop into this last week, though, Corey. The Dallas Jackals put on a hell of a show against the SaberCats. The old Texas showdown. SaberCats remain undefeated, the only team in MLR to stay undefeated right now. They win with a last-minute kick. This game went back and forth all day, dude. It was pretty much the SaberCats would score, the Jackals score, back and forth, back and forth. Hell of a game out of the Jackals. They don't have anything to be sad about, although they do need some fucking wins, so I'm sure they're sad. But regardless, the SaberCats stay undefeated, Corey, both in our hearts and in our minds. Chicago Hounds host the Seattle Seawolves. So I was at this game again, and dude, okay, so it's 26-0 at one point, dude. 26-0 against a very good Seattle Seawolves team. Only one loss on their record this year. I'm like, woohoo! We're in fucking great shape. This is awesome. They get another try before half. Okay, no big deal. 26-5 at halftime. We're gonna be great. We're gonna be fine. We're gonna score. We're gonna win this game. Nope. Fucking dude, just nothing out of the boys in the second half, bro.
Did they all just go and do like fucking shots in the locker room at halftime?
I think they played super defensive. I think they got really defensive, and just tried to, avoid carnage. And dude, it just backfired hard on them. Seattle came out with 2 quick tries, quickly put it back at like 24-26, I want to say. The Hounds held on to that for a while, and man, the Seattle was just pounding the ball at Chicago the whole time. The whole time they were on our side of the field, the whole second half. And Chicago was holding up, and then eventually it even looked like they had a little drive going, but then eventually Seattle gets into field goal range, take the lead with 1 point. We're like, Christ. But then we get a drive going, get the ball back, get a drive going. They just could not punch it in on the Seattle defense, dude. Eventually a turnover happens. Seattle takes it back the length the distance for a try. That's game.
Some fucking Falcons-like behavior out here, man.
Dude. It's just rough. It was just so tough. It was like 2 weeks in a row we've been able to beat 2 of the best teams in the MLR, and we just dropped the ball. It's very sad, dude. Shout out to 14, I believe, was playing his first game. Hell of a game out of the kid. Had 2 tries. Looked like a stud out there. McLean Jones was out there doing McLean Jones stuff. Yeah, dude, they just, I don't know what to say, man. They do stupid shit. Like, sometimes they just are dumb at stupid situations when they just really need to not turn over the ball. They turn over the ball. It's really inconvenient. And they're terrible at lineouts. They really suck at lineouts, which really is inconvenient. Like, you got to be good at lineouts. The kicking game could definitely be better on our side. We don't have any, like, super scary kickers.
So what do they do?
They do a lot of things well sometimes, man. Like I said, they were up 26-0 at one point. Like, sometimes they do some really fancy shit. Like, they are a good team. You can see these guys are good. They got some really good players. They need to, not be dumb. They just do dumb shit sometimes. I don't know what to say, man. Anyway, moving on. Raleigh, North Carolina anthem. They were actually in this game for a little while there. They were scrapping, trying to stay in it with Old Glory. Eventually, Old Glory just kind of took over towards probably the third quarter or so, or going into the fourth, and just sort of dominated the game from there. But shout out to Anthem. They did put up a decent amount of a fight for a little while there. I think they're just outmatched, it seems like, with them. It's not necessarily like they're a terrible team. It's just like, dude, everyone else is pretty good.
These games do seem all pretty close.
These are all pretty close, especially Miami and San Diego. This will be another one, a big upset. I mean, not a big upset, but like Miami will be looking back on this one and kicking themselves because they gave up 15 or so unanswered points in the second half there, and San Diego clawed their way back into this game and eventually took the win. And, good teams find good ways to win. They were really good with their kicks. They kept on snatching them out of the air and breaking tackles on the Miami defense. So they really utilized the kicks well over there in San Diego. That's what a good kicking game looks like. Anyway, their hooker gets a nice hustle try on one of those kicks. They had a couple good plays. They just do San Diego stuff. If you let them hang around, they're going to do San Diego stuff. So teams like Chicago, Miami, you're up. You got to keep putting it on these guys. Really put them away, because otherwise, Corey, good teams come sneaking back and they will find a way to beat you. It's not ideal. It's not great. Sounds really
not what I would have wanted myself.
I'm really upset about it. Like, can you tell how upset I am about it? Look at my face. Upset.
Upsetty spaghetti.
Super upset, dude. Anyway, we got to move on from this upsetness. Hold on. What happened to the rest of this stuff? Oh, here it is. How did this happen?
I did that, actually.
Sick. Well, good job. Regardless, United Football League, Corey, kicked off week 1 in the books, as they say. If we look at the first game, Birmingham Stallions, you're going to see a bit of a blowout, but it doesn't tell the full story. The Stallions were a little slow out the gate here, still kind of figuring their lives out with Matt Corral at quarterback now, although he definitely found his stride towards the end of the game. A nice, beautiful bomb to one of his receivers over there on the corner. So the kid definitely got an arm on him. He looks like he's good. He's going to take probably some time to settle in a little bit. Arlington struggled. They couldn't get past this Stallions defense, but we've been seeing that all year, the last couple of years with the Stallions, right, Core?
So I'm pretty sure this is this was like the matchups. This was the two champions.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which yeah, I mean, so Arlington, if I remember correctly, they got Luis Perez like halfway through the season and then went on a
Yeah.
playoff run to get the win.
Uh-huh.
So that's I guess
I
not
don't even think
super.
Luis Perez is there right now, though.
No, he is. So fun stat. He had the first touchdown of the season in 2022 in the USFL. Then in 2023 he had the first touchdown of the XFL, and he had the first touchdown of this season in
No
the
way.
UFL. Yeah.
That's
How
a fun
wild is
little
that?
stat for our boy. What the fuck is this crap, dude? I'm just trying to pull some stats. You guys are gonna hit me with an ad? How fucking dare you?
How
All
dare
right.
say?
Anyway, so yeah, Matt Corral, not the best day. Yeah, you're right. It is Luis Perez over there.
Damn, hell of a QBR. Oh wait, what is that?
Uh,
RTG? I don't even know what that is.
I don't know what RTG is either. But regardless, we're just gonna move right all past that.
Something different we don't like.
Total yards kind of tells the story here, though. Is that what you think, so far? Your boys from
Yeah.
Arlington couldn't quite get it going today.
But so I feel like the XFL was pretty competitive back and forth. The USFL, I feel like the Stallions were kind of just always kicking ass, and I'm pretty sure they also
Sort of.
had home field advantage. Like all of the USFL games were played at their stadium in Arlington. So
Sort
I
of.
wonder if that
And
has something to do with it. Like they had
well,
kind of the pick of the litter of all the guys who didn't make the roster cuts.
could be. I mean, similar to what Dan's saying with the DC Defenders losing a lot of players. Shout out Dan, couldn't be here today, but we love you. He was saying how a lot of them, they lost a lot of their players to the to the NFL.
The NFL.
So the Stallions lost McGrew. That's why they got Matt Corral in there now. So there's been a lot of transitions in the better teams, that's for sure. But I think the Breakers beat them last year, but that was pretty much the only ones giving them trouble.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
you're
weird
right.
the teams that made the transition and the teams that didn't. But also, I guess the USFL is just kind of emerging as a stronger division because they won all their games. Like the XFL only won interdivisional games, and the only USFL team that lost a game lost a divisional game.
Yeah, well, it was only 4 games. It's early yet.
Right, it's week 1, but it's still not a strong look for the XFL division.
Not so far, and that's for sure. That's so crazy. They're gonna hit us with an ad every time before we load up. Wild, Corey. What a world we gotta live in.
How dares they?
But yes, so this next one we're pulling up right now, of course, is the Seattle Seawolves. St. Louis Battlehawks at Michigan Panthers. Pretty cool stuff.
Is the team I've decided I'm committing to. Like I looked
Battlehawks?
over. Yeah. I was kind of a Battlehawks fans last time because they were chugging beers in the locker room. I thought that was pretty cool. Frankie was a fan of them, and I like bandwagoning. And there's not even a Philly team anymore. So it's pretty much like pick one of the Texas teams or one of these other random states. So I'm going St. Louis.
Hell yeah. Love to hear it. Good choice. I mean, not this weekend, but still normally a good choice. They should have won this game. Just an absolute bomb. I mean, everyone's already covered it, but yeah, your boy was just an absolute bomb. His very first kick ever. I mean, well, since high school, just nailed a 64-yarder. Shout out Michigan Panthers kicker. What the fuck is this kid's name? Do you know it? Nah, never mind. Anyway, shout out that dude. Hell of a kick. This game was pretty competitive. I mean, so Perry those 2 interceptions, but he did have 2 rushing touchdowns, so he's kind of made up for that, if you will. Michigan was pretty good throughout this. Dude, they couldn't protect AJ McCarron, the Battlehawks. Like the Michigan defensive line was all over him all day. He had a tough time just getting rid of the ball. Shout out this dude, fucking Aikman. Had a hell of a catch on the sideline. Oh my God, it was beautiful. And then later on had the go-ahead touchdown that probably should have won them the game. Another beautiful play by him. The dude's pretty fucking good. He had 6 receptions. Big day for him for sure. Yeah, that's pretty much what I got to say about all this, Core.
So fun fact about this game, I of course didn't watch any of the games because I'm working Saturdays these days. But I was watching it, like, getting updates on Instagram because of course I'm gonna fuck off when I'm at work on the weekend.
Absolutely.
So I saw the Battlehawks, they put out like a tweet or something on Instagram. I'm not sure which one it was, but it's basically like the good guys, Motor City Kitties, 0, the good guys 3, and then at the end of the game when Michigan wins, they post like the good guys 16, the Motor City Kitties 18, and the W.
Damn, it's funny. But yeah, Battlehawks followed the first week, but AJ McCarron had a good day. 216 yards, 2 touchdowns. Yeah, solid day out of him. Wasn't his fault they lost. They couldn't protect him, dude. Like I said, it was crazy. One team that might be looking for some answers, trying to figure their lives out, are the DC Defenders, Corey. Tough day
out. Just
tough
open
day
the last game, Steve. Just that both ads are going at the same time.
Yeah, you're right. But yeah, anyway, dude. So yeah, tough day for the DC Defenders. They just look terrible on offense pretty much most of the day. Talbot could not quite get it going. They are without Smith. What's his name? Abram. They're without Abram right now. Apparently he's injured. So that definitely affected them. They could not get anything going on the ground.
But Tamu's kind of like been a veteran of these leagues. I think he even went and played with the Panthers for a little while.
He was their quarterback last year.
Yeah, I guess 25 of 45 isn't terrible, but a pick and no touchdowns is not great.
He was getting pressured all day. He got I think he had a fumble. Well, that pick ended up almost being a pick 6. The dude, the Brabus guy, almost took it to the length of the field. Hey, if he does a rugby pass to his DB friend who was standing right next to him, they might have scored on that very play. But they scored eventually anyway, so it didn't really matter. But his little buddy was kind of mad about it. He's like, dude, I was right here. It's like, dude, he was exhausted and about to die. I don't think he was going to do a rugby pass to you. Plus, that's risky.
Did you see the B wing? That dude, you see his touchdown pass?
Oh yeah, dude, that was fucking
to the
crazy.
center.
Yeah, I can't believe I almost forgot that. Yeah, absolute craziness on 4th down. Bombs it to the center on a punt formation. You love to see it.
So that's also extra exciting because it was the kicker. Is this dude Destroying? Do you know who Destroying is?
Yeah.
So he's their kicker at like big. Oh my God, Destroying is out here making his debut. I think he went on Pat McAfee after the game and stuff. So he was just out there being a decoy. They throw it to the center. You love to see it.
Yeah, absolutely. No, yeah, that was great. That was definitely the play of the week. I mean, people might point to the kick, which is pretty fucking dope too.
I still have no idea what this RTG is, but my man has 766 of it. So
Tao did terrible in RTG. One of the worst ratings we've seen in RTG.
Yeah, get your
RTG together. But all right, how could that be passer ratings?
Passer rating.
People with really fucking high passer ratings. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe
those are like also Madden, that's like Madden passer rating.
And also, like, my man has like a pick and no touchdowns, and they're like, fucking 95, he killed it. What are you guys basing this off of?
I don't know what's considered good. But anyway, Brahmas get it done. Big win for them in week 1. Speaking of teams getting it done, Showboats. So, dude, the Showboats actually dominated this game mostly. Houston finds a couple of points at the very end of the game. It made it a contest. Dude, this is a sequence where the Roughnecks are down there in red zone, and they get strip sacked. So then, what does the Showboats do? They're like, we got the ball. This is great. While they're still interviewing the guy who made the strip sack, this very next play, fucking fumble on a run, and they give it right back to the Roughnecks, who promptly went on to score. Almost made this a game. The Showboats punt back to them, and the Roughnecks promptly fumbled the punt and gave it right back to them, and that was that.
I'm now less surprised that the Showboats won since they have Cookus. I remember Cookus. He was playing for the Philly Stars when they played the Stallions last year. Yeah, I remember my man Cookus. He was out there cooking stuff.
Good old Cookus had himself a pretty decent day. He got absolutely drilled on a 3rd down, so managed to get rid of the ball for first. So that was nice. Had himself a couple rushes. Yeah, solid day out of our boy Cookus, Corey. With all this said, that's week 1 of the United Football League. Who really is going to dominate this? I would say probably the Stallions look the best, but
Stallions are looking dangerous.
Stallions are
But
looking
hey,
dangerous.
I mean, the Panthers are also looking pretty good. The Michigan Panthers.
They should have lost.
Their defense is good.
Yeah, their defense is definitely good.
I saw some stats, and like they had 4 sacks on the day.
Good. All these defenses are good.
That is generally a thing of like.
Yeah.
The worse overall the play is, the better the defenses look.
Yeah, for sure. So we'll see what happens, but overall, pretty good week out of them. Very good first week. Do I still have the fucking MLR screen? Yeah, I do. All right, cool. I do want to kind of talk about this situation here because, Corey, things are looking interesting here in the MLR. It's fucking tight. Everyone's good. Everyone's winning games. Well, in the West they are. But anyway, so let's see here. So wins. You got Seattle leading the league with undefeated. We got both San Diego and Seattle who have only lost 1 game. And it falls off from there with the Jackals at 3 losses with 2 wins. Utah's only claimed 1 win. Guess who that was against?
Hounds.
It was, in fact, against the Hounds, Corey. Yeah. Anyway, LA has also found themselves a win this past week. They're also looking very good. So that whole Western Conference, pretty fucking good. Eastern Conference.
How many games in this season?
We are now 5 games in.
But how many total are there?
How is it possible the Free Jackets have taken 2 bye? Oh, no, I'm writing that wrong. Never mind. How many what?
How many games total?
A certain amount.
Certain amount.
Yeah.
Because if it's even if it's 10, it's still anybody's game, you know.
Oh no, I think there's like 14 or so.
Oh yeah, so
like that. Oh yeah, it's still early. It's still early. I just
even Anthem, Steven. Anthem, they could all drink
popping out Anthem. Let's be honest.
They might get the water from Space Jam. They might get the water from Space Jam, Steve.
5. They only have 2 points. That's by far the least in the league.
How did they get 2 points? Where do they get these points from? Do you get points for losing?
Yeah,
Scroll down to the
they actually got a bonus point this past weekend when they scored out because you can score if you score 4 tries, it's a bonus point.
Well, so scroll down a little bit. It shows the point system here.
2 points for draw, 0 point for losing a match. 1 point bonus point for losing by 7 points or fewer. Bonus point for scoring 4 tries or more. So they could have done both of these or just this one twice. The bonus point one because I know they got a bonus point this past weekend. So that's what's going on with Anthem, and there are 2 points over there.
If you score a shitload, or if you win by more than 7, or lose by less than 7, that's cool. Right. So it kind of rewards you for close games, I guess.
Pretty much, yeah. Keeps you fighting.
I'm here for it.
Miami Sharks are the next bottom of the tier, and only by 1 point, right behind like everybody else. There's a 3-way tie for the next bottom. And then, you got Glory, you got Dallas Jackals, who was funny to see the Jackals with 13 points compared to the Hounds. We were better than the Jackals last year, but they found themselves 2 wins, and we have 1 in a draw. It's a match, Corey.
But you have 2 really close losses, so, It
doesn't matter. I'm so disappointed. It's ridiculous. Think of who had those 2 wins right now. It'd be great. But yeah, the East is kind of up for grabs. So Nola Gold definitely out to a strong start. Old Glory, we already fucking tied with them. So we know we're somewhat in their range. They're actually the only ones that had the Free Jackets a loss this year. So I'd say the Eastern Conference is definitely much weaker, as usual. It's kind of been like that the last couple of years. Although it looked like that, and then it went to the finals, and the Free Jackets beat San Diego. So who knows? But I did want to talk about that briefly, guys. Keep it in mind. It's developing. The league is happening. So, the picture is starting to form. That picture's forming, Corey. All right, dude, we got to get out of here. This has been enough of this. But listen, people, continue to like and subscribe to the program. Share it with your friends, family, whoever. Sports by Compian. Wait! Hold on. Oh, yeah. Did you have anything to say about, anything in particular?
You should always floss. It's important. It's good for dental hygiene, and it'll help your brain not go insane when you get older if you have good dental hygiene.
Word. I think it's just good that you said that, and the second time I've been like, oh shit, I got to floss more. I do want to say something. Dude, if you're a millionaire, don't drag race. Don't do that.
That's it. Yeah.
Or
do it on a track.
Don't drag race at all. In fact, just don't drag race.
Do it on a track, not on a highway.
Yeah.
Because you can afford the track.
Right. Yeah, okay, that's a good point. So yeah, if you're a millionaire and you really, really fucking need to have the need for speed, as they say,
but
go to
don't
the fucking track. Go to the
don't
track.
like risk the job giving you the millions to drag
Or
race.
people's lives that you
That
don't
too.
know. That too.
I
Not
will
great.
say it is pretty hilarious how they like crash and they both just get out of the car and just walk away.
All three of them, the whole squad was like, "We gotta get out of here. This isn't
Fuck this,
good.
fuck these cars. We got places to be.
We got fucking places to be. Too bad it's registered to you." Anyway, shout out Rashid White, Sportsman Compian, out.